Hello, people of Earth, watchers of YouTube. Quick announcement. Brinkmanship. What is brinkmanship? It's a practice of trying to achieve an advantageous outcome by pushing dangerous events to the brink of active conflict. Yes, I'm talking to you, YouTube. Not you, the watchers of YouTube. I'm talking to YouTube, which basically I'm talking to the people of Google. Start monetizing cigar reviewers. Start monetizing cigar viewers. I am warning you. I know there are alternatives out there. I know because I looked. There's BitChute. There's Rumble. There's PeerTube. There's Vimeo. There's MetaCafe. Putting it out there right now. Start monetizing us. We deserve it. We work just as hard putting these videos together as anybody else. The editing, the content, the work involved. All right, back to your regularly scheduled broadcast. Don't adjust your screens. You know who it is. Superdan. Like in the desert, coming out after you in the desert of Las Vegas, Nevada. How y'all doing today? It is, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. It is April 8th, 2022. All right, we're off to a good start here. We're going to go over the top 15 secrets every cigar smoker should know. I found this article online. I got to give credit where credit is due. This was written by Shane Kay in August of 2021. And we're going to see if what he put down and if Superdan thinks, yeah, you know, that's probably a secret every cigar smoker should know. But here's a secret every cigar smoker should know. That's not on here. If you asked people on the street, who do you think is the biggest exporter of tobacco? Who do you think they would say? If you're saying, if you think it's Cuba, if you think it's Nicaragua, if you think it's Dominican Republic, if you think it's Haiti, you're wrong. Brazil is actually number one. Now, I thought China was number one. But according to online sources, it's Brazil. And, you know, what's online must be right, right? Second is United States. Third is China with 140,000 metric tons. Fourth is Malawi with 124K metric tons. And five is Italy with 119K metric tons. By the way, Brazil is 476K metric tons, and 2 USA is only 153K. What a difference. But yeah, that was interesting. There you go. Anyways, I want to put out a few things before we get started on the top 15 secrets. First of all, I am going to light up and smoke this cigar that was brought to Superdan courtesy of Privada Cigar Club. Yes, I paid for it. This is Farm Rolled number 1. I don't have the notes in front of me, but I know that it's the kind of like the morning cigar. But I feel like smoking a morning cigar. It is kind of morning. It's 10:49 a.m., so technically it is a morning. Superdan was fortunate enough to be off today, Friday, to do this. So let me light this sucker up, and then we'll get into this top 15 secrets every cigar smoker should know, and Superdan's opinion on it. Oh man, I bet you can't wait. Exciting stuff, people. Look at my cat Lily's excitement. All right, I'll be right back. Kind of getting a little Graham crust, no spice. Not very strong. Nice smooth smoke. Good smoke output. Great draw. Maybe Connecticut shade. Connecticut or Connecticut shade. Bit of red licorice. I don't know why. Came up to my head. Red licorice. Here's something about Superdan reviews. Okay? And I'm going to put this out there right now. I don't make stuff up. Okay? I'm not saying that other cigar reviewers make stuff up when it comes to tasting notes. Okay? But Superdan is not going to make stuff up. If I don't taste something, I don't taste something. Okay? Now, I could get really creative, but it would be malarkey. You know what I'm saying? So I want to put that out there, that if Superdan is picked for a reviewer on Cigar Public, I don't make stuff up. Okay? That's number one. Number two. What is number two? Superdan joined Privada Cigar Club back in September of 2018 on the advice of the legendary great Lee Mack 912. As a matter of fact, Superdan, when he started doing cigar reviews around the same time, this is almost 4 years ago now, people. I based my rating off how Lee Mack 912 does it. I like the 1 to 5 star rating. I grade on taste. I grade on construction, price, and overall score. I love it. That's a great way to grade. Okay, that's how I do it. Where was I going with this? Now I remember. If I'm not picked to be a Cigar Public reviewer, c'est la vie, right? It's fine. Listen, I've been doing cigar reviews years before this came up, and I'm going to be doing cigar reviews year after this goes on. So Superdan's going to be just fine. He's going to continue to be doing what he's doing. Everything's cool. I still love Privada Cigar Club. I'm not going to be canceling any subscriptions. You know, it's all good. Listen, some people like apples. Some people like pears. Some people like Van Gogh. Some people like Monet. Some people like Corvettes. Some people like, Shelby's. I don't know, you know. Some people like Harley Davidsons. Point is, everything's going to be fine. Somebody once told me, if somebody gives you lemons, make lemonade. Well, that was a great quote, you know. If life throws you curveballs, learn to hit curveballs. All right. When I come back, yes, we're going to go do the top 15 secrets every cigar smoker should know by this guy named Shane K. All right? Okay, so the first secret every cigar smoker should know is don't inhale cigars. I never had that problem unless I did it unless I did it as a mistake. But, you know, it says here, the number one rule for all cigar smokers is you don't inhale. When you smoke a cigar, draw the smoke into your mouth, allow it to engage with your palate for a bit, and expel it. You can even push some of it out through your nose. Never inhale cigar smoke into your diaphragm. Okay, so pretty self-evidentary there. By the way, I think retrohaling is very important if you smoke cigars, despite what Jonathan from Cigar Authority may think, because you're missing a lot of flavors by not doing that, pushing the smoke out of your nose. If you're a beginner cigar smoker, learn how to do that. Okay, number 2. Secret. Cuban cigars are not the best. I got news out for you, all you people out there. Cuban cigars are not the best. And I get asked about that time and again when people see me smoking a cigar. They're like, is it Cuban? No, it's not Cuban. But over the years, cigar industry has gotten so good that it's not only as good as Cubans. A lot of us in the know think it's cigars coming out of Dominican Republic, coming out of Nicaragua, coming out of wherever is better, and that the Cuban cigar construction is actually atrophying. It's not as good. So I'm not saying Cuban cigars are bad. No, they're not. But their construction has come under a lot of scrutiny lately, from what I hear. I don't know. Cuban cigars are illegal in the United States, by the way. Okay. Anyways, on to number 3. Smoke on a full stomach. Another big mistake rookies make is smoking on an empty stomach. If you don't have time for a steak dinner or at least eat a snack, you're less likely to get nauseous smoking a cigar when you have some food in your stomach. That's sort of true. I smoke a lot on an empty stomach, but I've also been smoking cigars for a while now and have built a tolerance. I can say that if you're smoking a full-bodied, full-flavored cigar, make sure you got something in your stomach, all right? That's my best advice. If you have an empty stomach, err on the side of light body, low-strength cigars. Nobody likes to get sick. It happens sometimes. Even now, Superdan sometimes may get sick smoking a cigar. But it wasn't like it was in the past, and I'll talk about that later. But yeah, smoke on a full stomach. That is good advice. That's number 3. Number 4. Darker cigars aren't always stronger. That is true. Says here, sure, dark and oily cigars entice or even intimidate us, but they're not always the strongest. There are plenty of milder Maduros to smoke that leave a creamy, mellow impression. A cigar's strength depends on the actual wrapper, varietal, and the binder and filler tobaccos inside. A light-colored cigar that's loaded with Ligero tobacco on the inside will throw you for a curve if you're anticipating easygoing taste. Yes, and still though, even today, you look at a dark cigar, it could be scary to a beginner cigar smoker, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's stronger. So it's sort of like a myth. The myth is that darker cigars are always stronger. It's not necessarily the case. Case in point, I tried a Perdomo champagne cigar on the way to work one day, and if you haven't smoked the Perdomo champagne cigar, the strength creeps up on you, and it crept up on me, and boy, I tell you, I almost turned around and went home and called in sick. And it's a light colored wrapper cigar, so there you go. That's my little story. Okay, number 5. Cigar size makes a difference. Yes. It says, choose the right size to smoke based on how much time you have, how much cigar you can handle. I found that a Robusto lasts about 45 minutes for me, while a Churchill is over an hour. But that's generally speaking. I mean, I was smoking some Robusto sized cigars that has taken over an hour, so, it's just, it's a general idea of how long you have to smoke. But longer cigars deliver stronger finish because there's more tobacco. But shorter cigars intensify faster because the heat is closer to your palate when you light up. There's a debate about that, but I think more or less that's correct. Fatter cigars burn cooler and slower than thinner ones, which reflect the more flavor and strength on the wrapper leaf. That's also under debate. There's people I know in the Cigar Authority that would take issue with that, but to me that seems to be the case. So yeah, cigar size makes a difference, and actually it can make a difference on the palate too. I've smoked some cigars that taste very different, from a Robusto to a Toro to a Churchill to a double Corona, to a Corona Petite. They could taste quite different. Cigar went out. I'll be right back. As a side note, caveat, this jet lighter that my wife got me, it is basura. I have to get a better jet lighter. That thing is just terrible. All right. I don't even know who makes it. Okay. Let's move on. Number 7. No humidor, no problem. Get a humidor bag. They cost $7 to $10, and I got something to say about this. And keep your cigar fresh for 3 to 6 months. You can replenish the humidity pouch on the inside, make them last longer with like Bovita bags. Don't, however, store your cigars in the refrigerator. Refrigeration dries them out. I use, here, let me show you something, all right? Here's something Superdan never showed you. And by the way, you might be asking yourself, Superdan, are you smoking in your house? You're darn right I am. Superdan grew a pair and told my wife, I said, I will smoke cigars in the house. But it's got to be in the office. I got to have a fan blowing. And I got to have the window open. But it works. All right. Now, here is my dusty humidor. One of them. I got 2 of them. This is one of them. All right. What are you going to see inside here? Surprise! Bags from Privada. Look. Look. See? Bag. They work great. I don't have to bother with water anymore, and sanitizing the water and boiling it and all that stuff. I don't have to worry about that anymore. These bags work great. I just write on there what's inside there, no problem. They're in the bags, and I have never had a humidity problem with a cigar that's in a properly sealed with Bovita pouch, Privada humidor bag, I guess you would call it. So there you go. One of the reasons to join. Number 8. You can age cigars like wine. That is true. You could age a cigar's taste will change as it ages. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the cigar is going to taste better. They may taste worse. They may dry out. They may lose their flavor over time. But some cigars taste good over time. If you get cigars and they taste like ammonia, they're under fermented, and you got to age them. That happened to me once when I was first starting to smoke cigars. I didn't know, shit from Shinola. And I ordered some cigars from Thompson Cigars that was made from Thompson, and they were literally unsmokable. I didn't understand why. I thought, well, maybe I hate cigars. No, they were under fermented cigars. They tasted terrible. They needed to be aged for probably a few years. Number 9, how you cut your cigar matters. Whether you use a straight cut, a V-shaped cut, or a wedge. Here's a straight cut. I use straight cuts, and that's all I have. That's not really true. I do have a bullet punch on my that lighter that I just threw away. But yeah, I use straight cutter. I think it changes the experience. And when it changes the experience, it plays tricks with your brain. You're still smoking the same cigar, the same wrapper, binder, and filler. So, but yeah, how you cut your cigar matters. It says here, how you cut your cigar makes a difference. A straight cutter is the most common and will give you a bigger draw, but a punch or a V cutter increases the cigar's intensity because they're more concentrated. That's also up for debate. A lot of things are up for debate here. Number 10, butane lighters or matches are best. Interesting. Avoid Zippo lighters. They take liquid fuel. It taints the taste of a good cigar. This is part and parcel Superdan's problem with a lot of cigar reviewers. Does it really matter if you use a Zippo lighter to light a cigar? I don't think so. I think it's nitpicky. I think it's capricious. Pretty silly. Look, light your cigar with how you could light it. I got a Bic lighter. That's what I got to use because my jet lighter doesn't work well. So use what you got. Matches are fine. It says here matches are best. Well, that's his opinion. I think whatever you have on hand is best. Silly. Okay, number 11. Don't dip your cigar. You know, we all know that famous Arnold Schwarzenegger thing when he's rolling his cigar in the whiskey or whatever and saturating it. Most serious cigar connoisseurs will frown on that, saying don't do that. Rather, sip on your whiskey while you're smoking to marry the flavor. Use whiskey as a pairing, not as a soaking component. Number 12, never grind your cigar out. I learned this over time. Grinding the cigar out in the ashtray is kind of a no-no because cigars are made from humidified tobacco. They naturally burn out. So you set your cigar in an ashtray, wait for a moment to expire. If you smush a cigar, it makes a mess and it leads to a bad scent. Number 13 of 15, you can fix a cracked wrapper. And I learned this from the Cigar Authority. If you have a cracked wrapper, which we don't have a cracked wrapper. But if we did, like this leaf right here this wrapper leaf right here would start to come out. You know, you take a lighter, preferably a jet lighter, and just kind of seal it real quick, and it works. Number 14, plume is not mold. If you ever spot tiny white specks on a cigar, that stuff is plume, not mold, which is blue or green in color. You can gently brush plume off a premium cigar, but mold is sticky, won't come off. Mold also invades a foot of the cigar, whereas plume only forms on the surface of the wrapper leaf. I have had cigars in the past that had white specks on it. I didn't smoke them, but I realized through time that it's not necessarily mold. It could be plume. You learn a lot of things in this niche industry, folks, and Superdan is constantly learning. Even 4 years later, I'm still learning a lot, and you'll find out the same thing. It's a journey. All through it, it's a journey. Last but not least, number 15. Never store flavored and non-flavored cigars together. Because cigars are like sponges, they absorb whatever is around them. If you store a chocolate or vanilla flavored cigar or a acid cigar with a bunch of non-flavored cigars, they will all eventually taste like flavored cigars. This is not really a problem now that I put them in different bags, as you see, and that bag is a nice solution to this problem. But you know what? I do smoke from time to time coffee-infused cigars like the Isla del Sol and like the Tabaco Especial Café. I don't mind if the other cigars start taking up the coffee taste. Actually, I don't mind it at all. That's how much I enjoy it. But this is good advice because occasionally somebody might make the mistake of putting a acid cigar into the same humidor without the bags as regular cigars, and all of a sudden everything smells and tastes like an acid cigar. So that's it. That's the top 15 secrets every cigar smoker should know by Shane K. Thank you, Shane K. I think they're very good, more like tips and secrets, you know. I think the title is a little misleading. I think the biggest secret is, where's all this China tobacco going? Are you telling me that all these big premium tobacco companies are not using China tobacco in their products? I can't imagine it's very expensive. I would imagine they would make a lot more profit, but I've never remembered reading one cigar in a review or online from the company saying that some tobacco is from China. Interesting, isn't it? I don't know. You know, I could be full of malarkey, or maybe I'm onto something. I don't know. That's a conspiratorial mind of Superdan at work. All right, so that's it. That's all I wanted to put out there. I'm trying to put out more content for all you people as Superdan tries to figure out what the heck's going on. Hey, if you think you can or can't, you're right. Thank you for watching this edition of Superdan Dealing in the Desert. I do appreciate it. Click the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, support Superdan, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.